Reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
Oh snaps, oh snaps, oh snaps. And we're live. And we're live. Shout out to good old Maddie Allen. And we're live. Welcome. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody out there in the Pulse ecosystem. Appreciate you being here today. Thank you for all the support. Don't forget, guys, triple streaming. Show some love. Sign up for Kick. Follow me on Kick. What do they got a like button over there? I think they do. Just got to follow me. Not even subscribe. It's a follow and a subscribe. It's a little different. You're on X, aka Twitter, the Freedom of Speech platform. Follow me there, retweet, and of course on YouTube. Down the like button. Drop a comment. Always remember, not a financial advisor. For damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you can get wrecked. It's another Magic Monday. Hopefully everyone had a happy Father's Day. I walked away from crypto completely. 24-hour cleanse, right? A 24-hour cleanse from top to bottom. I woke up. I didn't do anything. I went to sleep. I didn't do anything. Up until now. It helps me. We're going to talk about why it helps me, because we're going to look at things. I was still looking at stuff on my phone, but I wasn't clicking buttons and buying and selling or doing anything. Walked away. Family, get your family right? Get your ducks lined up. Those dads out there, yesterday was for you. Got to enjoy it. El Macho, let's go. Let's go. The kings reign supreme. Not Goo God, but is Goo God? Is that Goo God? I think it's Goo God, but it's not. Because it's not Goo God. It says it's not Goo God. Thank you for being here. What's up? Jerry 14. Damn PulseChain. What? Right? Hello, time to pump that beast. Yo, what's up? I see some members. Look, we got member logo there. For the price of a Cambodian coffee, right? $2.99 a month. We normally do Mondays, right? Members Mondays is today. I'm going to switch it up though, right? Today it's going to be Taco Tuesday for members only videos tomorrow. That way at the top of the week, I can remind people it's YouTube exclusive. Links in the description. $2.99 a month. Weekly content. Actually, if we take a look really quick at one of our previous weekly members only, we were getting involved with Tibber over on Base. And why I want to bring up Base, because we're going to jump into our sponsor for the next few weeks here, and has been for the past couple weeks. Over on PulseChain, Tibber, we talked about this in the members only content video, and we are climbing up and to the right. All right. The crew is getting involved, not with just PulseChain, not with just Sonic, not with just Bear Chain, but we're over on Base and we're building. We're getting stronger by the day. Now, to our sponsor, shout out to Dexfi. All right. Big shout out to Dexfi. The Treasury bonds. Guys, there's been a total of 3,226 total bonds minted. where you can go on PulseChain and with your Ethereum mint an NFT that earns you passive income in the form of USDC. APR 91.52%, where you're giving passive exposure to the same strategies they use for themselves, complete with expert entry, exit, and timing, and precision managed liquidity and rate setting. So, link is in the description. Go mint your NFTs. Passive income is a true reality over on Base. This right here, you don't get stuck with an NFT. If you want out, you can get out. You don't have to sell it on the secondary market. You exit through the system. However, you can sit on 91.52% and earn USDC and just relax, right? Relax. UPK, hey, what's going on, brother? So they have minted total, when we first started talking about Dexfi, it was like $135,000. There has been $808,450, $1 million on the way. When we talked to the interview with AJ out there from Dexfi, we said, come on back, do another R2R live stream when you hit 1 million. Will that happen soon? It looks like they're trending. So let's go really quick before we jump into PulseChain, right? Let's see what's going on in the stock market. Jeez. All-time. We're above 6,000 in the S&P 500. NASDAQ, everything looking good. Let me pull up Yahoo Finance. I don't like TradingView all that much. I mean, we'll go take a look at Ethereum and Bitcoin over there. What's going on in Yahoo Finance? All right, what's going on over there? We got all the drama, all the headlines, all the news, all the media that I don't listen to, but I pay attention to. Don't listen to, but I pay attention to. Big conflict right now. Israel-Iran conflict, speed up the Fed rates. How a prolonged Israel-Iran conflict could speed up the Fed rates. So that's actually turned a negative into a positive. Man, Biggie was way ahead of his time, turning a negative into a positive. So a negative being this clash, this bombing between two countries, Israel and Iran, forming a positive over here in the States, where this conflict, for whatever reason, might speed up the decision for good old Powell to cut rates, which everyone anticipates and speculates if that happened, it's Hadouken for crypto, right? So yeah, war is very profitable for our country and good in the sense of crypto. And I hate saying it. It's true. It's part of a reality that bloodshed has to be, a thing that's going on. People dying, people injured, and it's going to help the crypto market. It's going to help with the Fed rates. And I've been saying this. War is profitable. It's always been, especially, if we have interest all over the place. You need weapons, we got you. You need us to shoot something out of the sky, we got you, right? You need us to protect this, whether it's your poppy fields over there. What did they say we were guarding, like the oil? There's all kinds of things going on, but fortunately, bad things happen to good people, innocent people, and in the financial global markets, it helps people get ahead too. It's a crazy world. Dragon X, also King. Shout out to King and Goo God. Hope you're all doing well. War is good for crypto, sadly. Yeah, man. I hate it. War. What is it good for? Let's see. Mellow Cryptic. You think the U.S. will get more involved with Iran even if they threatened? They're speculating that we're already getting involved. We are shooting the missiles that are coming out from Iran out of the sky on the sidelines from our military warships, the Navy, and we're stationed all over the place. So Ethereum, $2,656, up $108 today. We'd like to see that, especially if we're over on PulseChain. But now over on PulseChain, pain and suffering, man. Not max pain. It's felt like max pain. It's like the pain you get used to. PulseChain is like when you're 20 minutes into a tattoo, right? You're not talking about the guy who used the numbing cream or any of that. I'm talking about 20 minutes to a raw tattoo, and you're just used to it, right? You're kind of used to it. You're waiting for it to be complete. You're waiting for it to just happen, okay? And you reach max pain, and then you take a break. Maybe your tattoo guy wants to have lunch or drink a 40 with you and have some talk about. Weird story, did that many times, and then you go back after a 20-minute break, and it says like, oh, pain, max pain. That's the double bottom, right? And I have been saying that we were going to go down and touch the bottom again late this month, so we're not there yet. Feels like we're there, but it could feel and get a lot worse. Traditionally, like, we want to see PulseChain pumping, win Ethereum, and the rest of the market's doing good. I don't have explanations for everything as to why that doesn't play out. I don't know. 4 zeros and a 297. Hex below 2 zeros and a 6 at 2 zeros and a 5.9. Ink at $1.45. PulseX at 4 zeros and a 264. Let's go pull up Dex Screener and take a look. For example, PulseX. Let's see what's going on over here. Man, is this their true volume? 24-hour volume on PulseX, $233,000. That's it? Whoa. Let me get the contract address and double check real quick and see, maybe I'm not like at the highest volume. Yeah, that's it. Whoa. Slow traffic, slow volume. Let's see. Let me take a look into RH SAC funds. How far down are they? Minus 29.6%. A negative $191 million still at this point on 171,000 ETH, and a lot of it was, utilized. So, wow. I'm like completely thrown off about the volume of PulseX. Let me pull up Pulse. What? This one's got to go. Pulse has got to have to have way more volume. Yeah, but not a lot. 891,000. So as we transition to like the highlight topic of today, OG Web Chef's ecosystem, we'll go through like my live reaction, my feelings. I always give it to you direct, raw and direct, right? I don't give it to you raw. I'm gonna raw up this bareback opinions, okay? $891,000 in volume. So think about the atmosphere that we're in, the ecosystem that we're in, and I see a lot of influencers fighting. Over the weekend, I kind of jumped in and got a little silly. I think there is, Chimrat and the Tiger guy were going at it. I went in there with some funny stuff, like some no Diddy type of comments. You guys know me from R2R, I get around like that. And I just think that people are fighting, people are upset. A lot of previous people that were big time believers in Richard Hart are down, the 99% on EHEX, and even now on their, P copies they probably bought at the top. Very poor sentiment, right? So that brings me to OG Web Chef. Now, OG Web Chef's ecosystem, where did we start from? Let me see if because remember, I have to recreate my watch list. And I got to sign up for Dexfi, so this never happens even if I delete my cookies, right? So we take a look. Finfesta's 1 year, 11 months, and 14 days. In about 21 days or so, or 20, what is it? No, 16, 17 days from now, 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, Finfesta will have its 2nd year anniversary on being on PulseChain, right? So there's not like OG Web Chef's ecosystem is brand spanking new, all right? He's been around and he's been building, and the overall sentiment and the overall volume on PulseChain is shockingly small, okay? And we've seen on this particular token millions in 24-hour volume. I think at its peak, Remember token was like 52 million in volume when all cylinders were firing, and OG had the bot going. Okay, so imagine the attraction he creates with just that one single token when his bots are on and when they're kicking in and grinding like that. And you got to think like this too. On Solana, there are bots for volume trading, our bots going 24/7 on like every token that gets launched. It's common that they throw these volume bots and all these things are triggered off. So it has a ton of volume as well like that. And PulseChain's never seen anything like that until OG's kicked on those bots recently and showed us like, hey, I could put PulseChain numbers through the roof, right? Which was amazing. We looked at those stats on DeFi Llama recently, and it was interesting to see how just his one token, and then you go and collectively add all of the tokens, right, together, and it was like, man, OG's doing a service for PulseChain. You know, he's bringing volume, he's bringing attention, he's bringing opportunity. The thing about like Remember token and any other token that's on PulseChain, it's going to suffer the ultimate price of the overall sentiment and just the chain not having a lot of adoption and new users. So you're like ground zero, super early. Let's go to the chat. Awesome job, man. What's going on? Who cares about Gym Rat? PulseChain gonna delist PulseX for lack of volume. Oh my god. Oh man, PulseX is gonna, PulseChain is gonna delist PulseX. Yeah, man. I mean, we don't make money off volume, but it's a indicator of what's going on. It's not a whole lot. All right. So like, it's upsetting and disappointing to me, but I want to laugh about it because I am just in that state of mind where I'm going, I got to play this out. I'm in it to win it. I'm long term. I'm talking about it every day. I think things will turn around with the overall market, you know, sooner than later, right? Just believing in, you know, why this was built, why it was designed the way it's designed. And then that's why I'm sticking with OG, with Remember token. Outside of Maria, right? And then I guess you can say even like PTGC and a few others like Sparta, but who have been around as long as OG. The only person second to OG that's been around long enough that built and hasn't built much in a while would be PTGC. But OG's been building the entire almost 2 years he put his first token into existence, right? So he's building when PulseChain is up. He's building when PulseChain is down. He's building when PulseChain went to all-time, went back to close to SAC prices when we had those injections in early 2024 from the sacrifice address. He's building during the massive dips, during the SEC FUD, during the SEC being defeated throughout the entire time, on its lowest days of volume, on its highest days of volume. Peak FUD, peak excitement. He's been here the entire time building. So other than PTGC, right, we have Maria and then we have OG. They're like the top dogs that have been building nonstop on PulseChain. Developers who believe and continue to build regardless of the sentiment, regardless of the users. They're trying to bring new users. They're just continuing to build and build and build, and they believe they will come. And they stick around even though Maria has done really crazy backlash since, you know, selling off, and the reason behind it, you know, may have been good or good enough for you, or maybe it angered you, maybe you couldn't see past it. But OG has got a lot of criticism for the simple fact tokens going down, go up, go down, ROI go up, go down, right? And it keeps on building and trying to make a sustainable ecosystem, and keeps putting in the work over and over and over. And right now, partnered up with 3D Rekt. And outside of these guys, outside of Maria, who is continuing to build. Now, PTGC made PTGC, and then they made UFO. Have they been building anything since? Not that I'm aware of, right? But those are respected builders. I have nothing against it. I'm just saying that OG is a rare breed. Maria is a rare breed, continuously working on the system every day. So you sell because you give up, you tap out, you sell because you don't believe, you sell because the price is down, you sell to buy something else. There is always going to be a reason, but it's surviving in an ecosystem that is not yet thriving, okay? So even when it has its ups, it's definitely going to have its downs, and the peaks and the valleys will be, and they're going to be felt stronger. So the belief system and the overall community, maybe when you look at the prices, it reflects that most people are not excited. But for me, I'm a seasoned vet in crypto. I've made a lot and I've lost a lot. So I've done both good and bad decisions. And when I look back, the long-term positions, like the holding long-term, good, like all the blue chips and the good early on decisions where I held the longest and made the most. I made the least when I sell early. But some were just tokens that were pump and dumps. No utility, no real development behind it. No, not a person that's been around for 2 years building like OG. So when I made those decisions, I've been in tokens where the founders given up, moved on. Meme tokens that are pump and dump, by influencers in the community. So this to me is like a place to invest in builders and people who have a vision to continue to build and keep on building no matter what. No matter what they get thrown at, no matter how many stones they get hit with, no matter what the price is, something's being done. So I know that is the case here, and I am investing in the builders, right? I believe that they'll continue to be creative, innovative, and that they'll have more ups and downs. And we just saw it too. Now that we see, remember, volume's 135,000, which is not low even compared to PulseX in this ecosystem. It ain't the lowest. There's much lower, right? But Flexmas, we just had a wham bam scenario, right? Where, could have, should have sold up here. I'm round trip my bag, right? I was enjoying printing and getting remembered. But I understand that we've been told that things are being tested. We've been told that not everything is firing on all cylinders and not everything is yet ready. The sauce is still spinning. It's still cooking. The tech is still being ran in the background. So everything that we've seen, for example, what just happened with Flexmas, shows the ability of an extremely ridiculous high ROI, which we did like 10% plus for a few days. We went all the way up to close to 30% with price appreciation. Now people decided to sell. Then I think that's from people in the past in this ecosystem. And I've been there too, where I'm like, man, I should have sold the top, right? So a lot of people sold. But could you blame them in the environment that you're in overall? Not just because of the OG ecosystem and some of the history that's happened, but because of PulseX is such a heavy extraction ecosystem. You are going to buy into an ecosystem. You are going to buy into a core token. You are going to buy into a meme token that is going to have a pump and dump because people are trying to sell for the simple fact that they've been down for so many years. So it's going to take X amount of trades to make up for that difference. And people are rotating and are open to the altcoins on Pulse, but they're more in extraction mode to break even or make money to get something out of this, right? So they have to be the ones that sell and move on. There is going to be a super cleanse and wash of the entire ecosystem ongoing. It's been happening. It doesn't matter what you touch. It will have a good day. It will have a bad day. But if you believe, which I'm a believer in the ecosystem, you'll stick around. You go in and out. Maybe you're back. Maybe you don't sell at all. You just accumulate. So I watched it go down. I said I'm okay with it. Earn some high yield. Let me plug in the wallet here and see where I'm at. So I did round trip the Flexness hype. I collected all the ROI. So what is the daily ROI? 2.74%. I mean, could you complain? Could you really complain of 2.74% ROI? I mean, if you're spoiled and you've been here long enough, you're probably upset, like, want my 5%, my 10%, right? You get what you get. Nothing's guaranteed. Nothing's been promised. All the remember I have here came from straight rewards and taking like Miser and buying some more remember, right? So right now I have 1.3 trillion. I printed my way into the trillionaire club. I didn't join the Telegram though. I didn't do anything like that just yet. So down, not down bad, could be up more. Still printing 2.74%. I'll take it. What does that get me? What does that get me daily as far as the number? What does it tell me? Oh, $16 per day. And remember, $3.82 per day in Miser. So $21 per day. We just saw recently, I think at the peak it was like $3.60 per day for like a full day or something like that. I'll take it for now while I wait, while I just sit back and cook. It's not like I'm invested in an OG Web Chef ecosystem, right? And he's brand new. Like, yeah, this guy just started doing this. And like, so a lot of people will go into the off brands or like the generic brands or copycats or wannabes or anybody that is inspired and go get high ROIs and do all this. And these are developers that aren't as seasoned. So just going back to the 2-year anniversary of Finfesta, this guy's been building on PulseChain for a long time. So I'm willing to sit here and let him cook. On the flip side, it's low liquidity, man. Look, 5 new users come in or 5 of the same users buy back in because of some kind of news or update, boom, we're back up, right? And we know about the tech in the background with 3D Rekt with WWPP, which is a great price to be buying right now, right? Great price to be buying right now. It's just interesting to me. Everyone's just like, oh, it's weird. I feel the same way, but you know, I gotta force myself to buy here. But there's nothing going on. Weird stuff here. Everyone in chat's like WWPP, WWPP. Oh my God, you know, 3D. We love you. People sell. We go down, right? Put the line a little bit too low, and everyone gets quiet about it, starts selling, and it's silent. Oh man, what's going on with 3D? Oh, I hope he's still working. I hope OG can do something. So I stay out of the chat, all of the chats. I'm in my own chat, right? And and me and ChatGPT actually, I don't really, and Telegram, but I'm just trying to say, nobody wants to buy the opportunities here, which is amazing. They literally want to buy here, 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 all the way up. And rarely do you see volume. What's the volume today here? 22,000? That's not bad. It's not bad. You can delete all these random, gosh, what am I doing here? Delete everything. But anyways, you know, we want to understand opportunity comes and goes. But the big opportunity is when you buy something when no one else is excited. And the only way you're going to get excited about this is learning and understanding what's happening in the background. I think 3D Rekt is somebody who has come and has put together an opportunity for OG Web Chef to elevate his game and elevate the ecosystem. So he's here to help create that loop, create that opportunity. They both are in the same boat as wanting passive income and to create opportunity for people, and they're working hard. So when you're them, you go into the chat, you see all the stuff that I see. I can get why OG's not saying much. I can get why, I don't know if 3D says much in the chat, but if he does or doesn't, right, I wouldn't want to be dealing with that. Builders want to build. Do you think people that are building in construction, like we're talking about builders here, want to hear about everybody in the city or around them complaining about the work they're doing? or they want to build it and fix it and go, you know what, when it's done, everyone's going to love it and all this is going to go away and everyone will be happy, right? You're in the building, you're in the office, all the businesses are running, the AC's on, you're chilling. But you want to complain because when's it going to be ready? When's my office going to be ready, you know? It's the same thing for any builder in real life or even in crypto. They go from a zero to a hero real quick, right? Make me money. Where's my money today? We're not in a, you know, they could have made you $100 grand yesterday, but you're like, what did you do for me today? That's how people are. So it's rough. It's rough. Got to be more understanding. And if you want to make a change and you want things to expedite, hell, make your own YouTube channel and yell at the top of mountains like I do every day and support. And support with your buys, support with your effort, your tweets, your marketing. Richard Hart tells you all the time, we suck at marketing. So we need to kickstart that. But that mic bar? No, it's not. Anyways, let's go to the chat. If the loops keep getting destroyed by traders in the ecosystem, truly sustainable? That's a good question. You know, the way I see it, when I look at the vault, I haven't done anything maybe in a few days. I have to wait. On this quality, I'm going to be strict. I'll wait until my misery gets me enough to go 2 million in, right? Because you don't want to go more than 2 million or less. 2 million Pulse gets you 2.6 million unleashed. When everything is going smooth and people are using the vault, right? And there's participation and things are, you know, fully in operation, then you're going to see more yield. Then you're going to see all your hard work and your belief pay off. You're in a position where you can believe or not believe, take the risk or not take the risk. There's high risk, high reward. High risk, no reward. Nothing is promised to you. Nothing is promised to you. However, I'm making the decision to continue to document it, continue to talk about it, and really let the system do its thing. Everything's being worked on. It's not like we're not being told that these things are happening behind the scenes and that, you know, there's a 30-day window, things will improve. Maybe even market conditions, we'll see. But overall, time's ticking. Next thing you know, we're 60 days out and we're reflecting back on, you know, what the result is going to be, which ultimately is up to us. Everything is up to us. Obviously not right now. Beast is destroyed right now. Chef promised it would send it parabolic. Let's see. At any moment, bro. You've already seen though. You've seen when he wants to send something. Sent that to what, $50 just about recently? People sold into that. Set to remember, people sold into that. Every time he has pumped the ecosystem, you can go look, and hundreds of thousands of dollars have poured in. He pumped it, kickstarts ROI, literally hands people on a silver platter opportunity, and collectively people sell into it. Whether that's to break even or, you know, a little bit of everything. To break even because you're down in the ecosystem, greed, maybe you just want to take profits because you're always just taking the safe bet when you got money on the table, take it. I get it, right? But there's no way you can look back and go, that guy never pumped their tokens. He's done it, and it just gets sold into. So when you have that, it literally becomes a shakeout period, right? People buy it as it's rising. Big bags dip out. They sell. Price goes down. Those people either hold and DCA or they sell for a loss. Whatever it may be, the believers will be here in the end. So what is in the vault right now too? We've seen this go up to recently like 500 mil. It's a 28.6 mil. Very, very low sentiment. So next time I have the 2 million in Pulse, I'm just gonna go. Like I'm gonna pace myself. I already put 11 deposits. Remember, 2 million each, no more, no less. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to join. Your referrer gets a 5% bonus in Pulse. And I've got 2.9 million Pulse bonus. That kid's screaming over there. They always do that. I go, why do you guys scream like bloody murder? And they're like chasing each other for a popsicle. I don't get it. Anyways, total deposit 17.7 mil. So my goal still remains in order to get 100 million unleashed, because I'm at 20, almost 21 million unleashed. It's going to take me another 60 million pulse or so in increments of 2 million each. And then I'll work on my next goal from there. Ideally, I would like, going back here, for this scenario to happen where, since I have a bag of Flexmas, I have a bag of Remember, right? Remember starts printing Pulse. Once Remember starts printing Pulse, most of that Pulse I'm going to go to actually get more unleashed and to feed this bad boy here in the vault. 2 million. I could probably go more, but if I have 10 million Pulse and change, I can only get 2 million at a time. That's 5 million, or that's 2 million 5 times to equal the 10 million Pulse. Hey, how to counteract selling? Pump it until they stop selling. Just participation, ROI, and all the technology that they're working on in the background for sustainability. So you get all the pieces of the puzzle, right? You got the vaults, you got WWPP, 3D's tokens, no value, Chef working on, and you can see here the vault has, oh my gosh, look at this, 883.9 trillion, remember, 203.8 million gas tokens. So there's a whole lot to work with. There's a whole lot. That's a lot of cooking right there. That's a lot of November. That's a lot. So there's a lot of things that are soon to come. Will you make it there? It's shocking, but let's the reality of this right now. If we can go back, every single one of you, 68 people right now watching live, 45 on YouTube, 45 on X, 24 on YouTube. If we all went back in time without knowing, right, and bought Bitcoin when I bought it, about $200, $230, all right? And let's just say you wake up the next day and it's 1,000. How many out of those people sell? And we're talking about an audience right now that I'm saying live of 60, we'll call it 70 people. How many people from $200 sell out of 5X? Let's say you bought it at 200, you sell it at 5X. Let's say 5 people. Let's kick it up a notch because Bitcoin went up a lot. How many people exit at 10,000? And we started with 70 holders. I would say probably half sell at 10,000. How about 50,000? Then 75. Then it dips down to 20. How many people buy back in because they sold early? The people that sold at 1,000, 10,000 probably buy back in, right? You're shaking out people. They're going back in. They're regretful for not holding from 200. Everyone bought at 200. How many people made it to $100,000 Bitcoin out of 70? You think if we really tallied it up and we shorten the time frame, it didn't take this many years, but you that money's on the table because you got to go through all that time and ups and downs. Let's just say if it just happened like that, how many people out of 70 holders are still in Bitcoin that bought at 200 and it goes to 100,000? Let's just say the next day before it hit 100,000, went to 1,000, 10,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. You may only have 3 holders, maybe even just one person makes it. That has happened every single investment I've ever been in that's done well. And I bought Ethereum at 7. Did all of my bags sell at 4,700? No, a small fraction. A lot of it, being a buyer at 7, sold at 100. A lot of it sold at 500. A lot of it, much more than the rest, sold at 1,000. A small percentage of my entry of $7 Ethereum exited at all-time highs. Same with Bitcoin in the first cycle to the second cycle. It's tough. And we're not giving a small time frame between waking up after buying that $200 Bitcoin and being, the next day at 100,000. But if it all happened in a 24-hour period, boom, 200 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 15,000, there wouldn't be none of you guys left. Like the Royal Rumble on WWE, there would be one winner probably. If not, everybody jumped ship that 50K and there's no holders. That is the difference in everything you'll see go up, is nobody makes it, right? We can be really early here. We're going to get a lot of people shaking out, and people are going to ignore the fact that PulseChain has very little users, not a lot of new users, and PulseChain price is down and sentiment's down. Hell, the sacrifice of $1 billion is down drastically. So there's all these excuses and all these reasons why PulseChain is not doing good, but you have these early opportunities, and you get in so damn early, you get to see, maybe not even experience, but you get to see 10, 50, 20, 30x. We saw that happen already on the ecosystem with PDI. PDI, 10,000x. How many people got in when it had went up on its first double, the second double, the third double, the fourth and fifth? And how many held all the way till 3 cents plus? Not a lot, but enough to sell and dump the price, because there was big back holders who got in early and they made it. A lot of you sold way too early, and you're like, what the hell? Right? So you got to imagine that. We're very early with OG, with the vault. This is where, if you can afford to, you get more aggressive. Looking at WWPP, which is 3D Rekt token, $230,000 market cap. What's more risky? Buying a $1 million market cap, a $10 million market cap token versus $230,000? All right, let's just look at your mom, which is like a very, very popular token right now. What has more risk, a $1.3 million market cap in a low sentiment environment, or a $230,000 market cap with builders that have been around for going on 2 years almost now? They've built an entire ecosystem and continue to work as far as sustainability and making it, progress and sustain and go on. Nothing against your mom. Brand spanking new. It's great. It's a meme. You want to invest in memes? You get in early right here, you're golden. Goes up more, even more. I can tell you, anyone who bought down here probably created this dip. New buyers took it, goes up. When they decide, whoever bought here to sell, it goes here, new buyers, if it's popular, right? Different cycles. So I go in here and look at the opportunity of all the tokens in the ecosystem. And I said last week, dominance was a good buy. Sure was. 26 cents. And if you believe, you're golden. If not, then that's okay, man. A lot of people don't believe in the chain as a whole. But anyways, links in the description. I got a tutorial video, guys, on how to get into the vault. Remember, if you're on Google, there's an issue. You have to probably use Brave Browser. If you have an issue there, there's a backup site that you go and do it to. Go to my tutorial video on YouTube. Shows you how to get in on the smart contract UI. No less than 2 million, no more than 2 million. Prepare yourself, right? Not a financial advisor, but prepare yourself. And you don't have to go crazy. Just ease your way in and, work your way with your bags. Spend time with family, walk away. But just know that you have somebody who has your back. There's somebody by the name of OG Web Chef, by the name of 3D Rekt, that are working hard. And I think they make a great team. And it's going to be a whole lot of, we won't celebrate now. We won't get cocky. I could just say I feel like there's way more effort being put into this than a lot of other things on PulseChain. And if I'm going to bother to be on PulseChain, I'd rather be where the work's being done. Let's go take a look before we end today's video. We're going to look at the transactions really quick. Looks like, look at this. We've got more money coming in on Dexfi. And don't forget to go to their site, guys. sponsor of the week. Shout out to the AJ. Shout out to them. 3,226 mints. Let me refresh it. Valued at $818,000 now. 93.59%. Shout out to the squad. We look at the chat real quick before we end it here. I think most people will keep using pumps to exit Pulse. Yes, that's the environment we're in across the board, no matter what. People are looking for exit liquidity or to at least break even, right? It's a struggle. When are we going back to tie next? When Jake comes back, tell him to come on my channel. We'll talk. So it may be a while. Yeah, things are gonna take a minute, but don't forget dexfi.com/bonds over on base with Ethereum. Mint those NFTs, earn passive income in the form of USDC. Shout out to Dexfi, 93.59% ROI. Links are in the description for OG Web Chef. Hey man, I'm just saying, times are rough in this ecosystem as a whole. Times are tough if you're holding Flexbus like me, and you round trip, but I'm being positive. I'm going, hey, give me 15 cents, I might more, whatever it is. But I just think that there probably is going to be, I speculate, a major turnaround, a major opportunity in price, a major opportunity to grow with the ecosystem. So you have to do your research. You have to look at the scenario that I gave you. If we all started at a $200 Bitcoin, how many of you sold at 5, 1,000, 10,000 a lot? So it's got to be, it's got to be a belief system. Speculation and believing is all this is about, right? You can only make your best guess. And it's, at the end of the day, just prepare for the worst in anything, right? And you won't be surprised. And everything crypto. I've been sending 2 million deposits on Vault, but I don't know how to mint the token, which will allow me to collect the 4 yield tokens. How do I see the yield I've earned as a result of my deposits? You go here to Pulse Watch, and I've done a demonstration of this on my videos, Aaron. If you go to my tutorial and some previous live streams where I've done a 2 million Pulse deposit, when you deposit 2 million Pulse, you plug in your wallet on a Pulse Watch, right? You go to your transactions and you refresh it, and when you see that deposit, you're gonna see like a plus 2.6 million. Let me see if I can, how far back I can go. And it might be a couple days back on how it looks when I made my deposit, but what it'll look like when you see it. I just plugged in the website in the chat. Plug in your address, right? And I'll show you what it looks like the last time remember, you're depositing Pulse. It mints unleashed and it drips on its own when people are participating. If you do have rewards like built up, or you're not getting it dripped out to you, you have to, your next interaction, like the next time you deposit 2 million, it will reward you whatever it is that has been accumulating. So what's today's date? The 16th. When was my last deposit? It had to have been like 3 or 4 days back, maybe a little bit longer. It's been definitely did nothing over the weekend. And again, once Remember starts to pay out, or Miser payouts get a little bit higher, or something starts printing, I'm going to loop my Pulse back into it and build my bag. I'm in no rush, but I'm in a rush to show you how that looks when you deposit 2 million Pulse. And bear with me 1 second here. I'm going to get it for you so you can see, have a visual of what that looks like. And remember, no more than 2 million, no less than. And hook your boy up. If you guys want to support the channel, links in the description. Use a smart contract UI. My address, my public wallet address is there. Support the channel. Use your boy's link. This right here, yeah, we're going on like 3 days plus since I've done it. It's been a minute. See, these are my rewards right here. You get Wrap Bitcoin, Pulse Pup, Hopium. You see those are the rewards. But the deposit, I always got a little something when I deposit if I hadn't got a drip yet. There's got to be an easier way to pull this up. I'm gonna look into it next time so I don't ever have to drag this on. But just for your visual, it mints automatically when you deposit 2 million. So you don't have to claim it. It'll just pop up, and you can put the contract address like in PulseX, and you'll be able to see it, right? Which I'll show you on PulseX too as well, if I can pull it up here in a second. Damn, when was my last deposit? Hold on, like 4 days back? Yeah, it's been a few days. We stopped printing. So I just not touching anything, not selling, haven't gone in. Once I get those rewards though, and my misery builds up, I'll get the 2 million in there. I'm not in a hurry just yet. What does it look like? Where is my last Unleashed? Probably in one of those videos. I have to go check back on the date. Before I get out of here, I want to make sure I show them what it looks like. Gosh. These are all like transactions from printers, like rewards and misery, polls from Remember. I wish D-Bank was still around, man. D-Bank, come back. You can put it all on me. Dun, dun. Sheesh. Some of you are like, dude, you could do this. Well, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. How would I jump right to it? I'd have to get like the contract address maybe and pull it up. Somebody will put it in the comments or in the chat. Well, I don't mind scrolling through. What date are we on? Look at all these rewards I'm getting every day from holding these tokens. All my transactions are just plus this, plus 287 misery, blah, 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 blah. I wonder what day it was when I did the last. I think I did it on camera. The last deposit. But it'll just say Unleashed token. 2.6 million and some change. I'm determined to find it. And I've showed it on camera too the last time. So you can always reflect those videos. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Wait for it. Almost there. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Swapped 2 million wrapped pulse, but the deposit. And let me take my face off and this off the camera. And you'll see. So I made that deposit. And when that deposit went through for 2 million pulse, it minted plus 2.6 million Unleashed tokens, which if you get the contract address for Unleashed, remember there's no chart for it, right? You can just go on PulseX and like take a look and see your balance. So this wallet has a smidge away from 21 million Unleashed. It has 20.9 million Unleashed right now. All right. Let's see who's in the chat. Dragon X, you'll get in before it's too late. How did I mint the Unleashed tokens? You mint it when you go into here, right? You can either do it on the UI. You go 2 million pulse here. If it doesn't work, I have a tutorial on how to do it. You deposit. When you deposit your 2 million, it automatically mints 2.6 million Unleashed is the trade-off. It automatically goes to your wallet and you can start earning the 4 tokens. But remember, you're going to see rewards as participation grows. If people are not, going in, it's not going to be very much. Excuse me. Seats taken. What's this we got here? Oh, I think that's the contract address to plug in. Thank you, JMO, for that. Aaron B, got it. Thank you. I think that helped out, right? I think that's good. I think we're good. We're good. So now he knows just about plugging it in You don't gotta claim it. You don't buy it. It's not a tradable token. Should open your wallet to kind of track it there. And you know, that's just what it is. It's not too hard, but it's good. Dun, dun, dun. I'm looking at comments. Let's look at this guy here. Been watching for a while, bud. You can't honestly be shilling this ecosystem. It's been an absolute dumpster fire. Yeah, I am. I love it. I love it. I believe. But if it's an absolute dumpster fire, and PulseChain is that's the environment you're in, bro. So I'm just looking at his profile. PTGC is what he primarily is in, and a lot of people bought PTGC and say the same thing. You know how many people I know bought PTGC up here? They're like, dumpster fire. This is the worst token. So I was like, hey, bro, PulseChain's down, right? Say about like 90% of PulseChain. Anyways, don't forget to pound the like button. Drop a comment. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, on to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG Prince, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. And sign fixes ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off PulseChain. But I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.